Sorry, guys. After 5 seconds, we should be recording. And let's, a lot of people are going to watch this. So, you got your tickers?
Sure.
Yeah, ready? Hey, Mike said that he had 10 and he couldn't decide. I was like, what?
I
You
had to
have to
copy
be
his
able to
homework.
decide, man. You have to be able to decide between 10 tickers.
I copied a little from his, boy. It's okay.
Oh, you copy some of his?
Yeah,
Oh, that's crazy.
he had too many ideas.
Okay. So
You
I
actually did
collected
steal some from Mike?
I even got some tickers that I'm using it for Sunday watch, which I do believe they have pretty good potential. But I collected a couple of them extra that should probably do real good. So how do you guys based your
I
tickers?
gotta.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're kind of breaking off, but we could hear you.
No, I was waiting on you. You say you kind of what?
No, just finish up. We'll go over it after.
No, that's what I'm saying. What made y'all choose your tickers? The two tickers that we were supposed to go over.
So, what do you want us to do? Just go over them right now?
Yeah. Whoever wants to go first.
Go ahead, man.
I might as well get it over with. All right, hold up. Are you gonna put the tickers on your
Yes,
your
sir.
thing, Jose?
Yes, sir. Are you gonna tell me the levels to put the support
Yay!
and the resistance? So what you got?
HOFV.
H who?
HOFV.
V.
V.
So this one.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one.
So how you guys been with the market?
Bro, come on, man. As long as you know the market's bullish, you know exactly what you gotta do. Buy the dips.
Right. How's future? I know someone brought it up that says they was doing good.
They're good right now.
It's open on a weekend.
I so this is basically what you have right now is the daily setup, right? But if you go on the weekly time frame, it's really bullish. The resistance we have right now on that ticker is 330-ish, I believe. So the way since I because you said that you wanted to look for things that you could just dip and swing onto, right? So I thought the weekly potential on this looked pretty good. So realistically, the way I would do it is right now the daily is resetting, so we could start taking on dips right now because the way that the daily looks, the last reset was all the way at 140. So with that, even right now, as the daily is resetting, we're only going back to like 250s, things like that. So right now, with the weekly being bullish, I do think that HOF can come back to test the 3.3s again.
The 330s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The
Is there any
330s.
fundamentals? Have there been any offerings recently that they've been closed or probably did that shouldn't be able to do it again?
Yeah, I mean they had an offering like 3 days ago, so that's another reason why like this might be the bottom price. Because 3 days ago, where was it sitting? It was sitting almost at 310-ish, 316-ish, and then from there we had a gap down off to the offering. But even off those offerings, a lot of those candlesticks, you can see that the bottom wicks come off crazy. There's barely any selling volume on it. The second it even comes back down to like 250s to 260s, it just becomes bottom wicks.
Right.
And I'm assuming that's due to the fact that the offering is there.
Just know that we're gonna come back to this in about 2 weeks or so, or a week or so, and when it's the
To
results.
see if it works out.
Yes, sir. So okay, so for right now, you're saying who should be pushing this ticker then? What time
Who
frame?
should be pushing it?
Yeah, like what
The
should be
weekly
pushed?
time frame. The weekly and what do you mean what?
No, I mean like what time frame? What specific? Like you say, you mentioned it weekly, so that's why I came to weekly.
Okay, so the weekly time frame is the one that's pushing it, because right now, like this week was the pullback candlestick that it's doing, and on top of that, the daily's been in a lot of heat. So as long as it holds on to this, the way that I would personally play it is I would hop in anywhere between 250 to 260s, and then I'll keep a stop loss around like 2 225 right there, um where those where right before the breakout happened, and I would just play it off from there, see if it comes back to do the 335s or if it just continues being an ascending triangle, something.
Good job, man. I like that plan, especially your stop loss. I mean, it's stretched down, but it makes sense, because uh, you can't really use this. This is too tight. You have to use at least this hold. So that 225 will do pretty good to eventually hold and reverse back into this higher high. But you explained out pretty good. Yeah, I agree on that. Based
Yeah,
on that,
it's sitting too close to the trend line right now to keep a stop loss, because most people who be hopping around the 335s or something, their stop loss would be at 250.
right. No, when it
But
comes, I mean, to the momentum, yeah. As you can see, the way it's moving, especially the way this oversold just started. Let's just say it's just starting. It could even fail, and that's fine if it fails, just because it hasn't even run heat. And if you base it off, on bigger time frames, you're going to be able to tell that.
see, this is okay. This is one thing that I learned from big caps a lot, because like for us when we play pennies and stuff like that, we see 4 hour heat, daily heat. We're like, we gotta get out. But something about big caps is that big caps can continue running for almost weeks, running like daily heat, weekly heat, monthly heat. So like I started using like bullish RSI divergence a lot. So the way that this is coming off is that every time it does a new high, it does the RSI. Look, the first high that it did, the RSI went all the way up to like 76. The
Your
second high that
your
it did, the
levels,
RSI, well,
your levels of inches. What were your levels of inches again?
I only had three. I only had 330 on this.
No, your levels on entry.
Oh, levels on entry between 250 to 265.
Okay, 265. Mm, mm-mm. You see how it's already building up. You will be able to miss this.
It will be too tight. It will be too tight.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
you will
could
want
break
to at
out.
least move it
Um,
at least before this action, this
275.
gap.
Yeah, before the gap comes in.
Yeah. So even because if it starts
Um,
building up, you'll miss the opportunity of ever coming down. But at the same time,
yeah,
at
you should
least
thank Mike for this one. Mike just found the setup for me. I looked at it for like 2 minutes. I was like, this is a good one. It
yeah, it's
could be a
pretty
good
good.
one.
So other than that, I mean entry, you know, it's
Because
pretty
if
good.
the offering didn't happen, look at the way it's coming back off. Because it
Right,
bounced back off the support where it was trying to break out of, and then next thing you know, we got the offering. Like if we didn't know any better, it could have easily broken out of that 335 that exact same day.
right.
Because
Okay.
it did try to it bounced back off of 275. It came off with really good volume, and it is consolidating as a bull flag on the 4 hour. So the next day it could have tried doing the 330s,
How much was the
but the
offering
offering
again?
came in 30 million.
Oh, that's not bad. Let me
Yeah,
see what's
it's
the
not.
let me see what's
They're
the
at an offering of 12,244,897
oh yeah, it's not bad.
shares. So
'Cause, look,
rounded
it's
to like
already
12.5 million.
right. It's already a low floater. So at 30 million, I mean, I've seen, tickers of 40 million, 50 million float.
The offering
It's
the
still doing really
offering
good.
price was
What do you say the offering price was?
2.45.
Okay, 45. It's already trading. We actually held that level pretty good. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it hit that level and just came off
I
as a
mean,
bottom
bars are
leg.
already pretty. This already turning. Yeah, it's not that bad. Even if it does, like I say, if it fails, all it's gonna do is fail and then come back up and probably hold a higher low to intentionally start building up.
It can still come back.
Yeah, but the two is low float, which is it's still a low floater, so it can do this, which is it did the 250 to 330. That's over $1, which is solid move, and it did all this look based on this little small action, which is doing now. It could make it a little slow, and heavy due to its offering that you're mentioning. But you know,
Mhm.
other than that, based on buyers, the 30 million it seems to be already being bought up. So you know,
Yeah, it's sitting nowhere. It,
go
it
ahead.
reminds me of Sundial. It's like we had an offering on Sundial, it never came back to that price. Same thing with there was another ticker we had hit with the offering, but
Cool.
it's literally looking like Sundial right now.
Okay, so 250. I mean 270. I'm sorry, 270, 240, 250 entry.
I'd relate it more to TRXC had an offering around $3 a few weeks ago.
And she came back hard, right? Okay, so this one, okay, so 250, 270 entry, 225 risk, and for the potential to return and rerun the high of 335. Pretty good plan. Momentum does have to back it out. So which one's your next one?
Can we come back to that one until I find one?
Oh, you
Because
don't have
now that I
another?
kind of no, because now that I know what kind of setup you're looking for, especially since you like confirmed the crap out of the last one, I'd rather find you a setup like that than just show you what I just got. Because the one that I
Ah,
have right now, it already broke out.
you good.
But
So
this
who's
one,
next then? Mikey? What's up, Mikey? You got one?
Uh,
Don't give me
go
Ted
TR
that. Which one?
TRBG.
TRVG. Nope.
No, V is in Victor.
Cool.
Bear with me.
I like this one. You can already see it's a low floater. And I haven't even seen like, oh man.
Mhm.
But volume 25 million is pretty good picked up in just this small candle. There was a volume. Let me see how much volume there was on this one. That day, which is daily, no, it's 4 hours. No wonder. Cool. Yep. Based on this little, look at how much little reaction and how much momentum there was. It's not like it's all the way here and then the momentum is like, I mean, the price is here. You can really tell that it has that room to even run a 6. So
yo, why do you have two different
Yeah.
FSTOs?
I need kind of really just sorry. But based on this momentum, just for sure, we missed a good move though. So it feels like a little late. So but other than this action, this is what attracted me to actually have the potential to hold this wick of 3 and even create like a bull flag and go upwards some more. Because on the monthly,
On the daily, the last candlestick closed up higher too. By the way, it closed
So
up
look at
higher than the last
you
one.
see the bounce that he had though. Look, I'm gonna put this kind of look at this price.
I'm looking at the monthly hold on it.
Monthly go. Cool. Okay. Yes. Let's get down and explain to me what you got for this ticker. Okay. So monthly.
So it has a monthly hold, and I'm looking for the weekly to come back around, but the daily's pretty much at a reset.
But what are you looking for on the weekly? Like, what's the intention here? Like, are you looking for this high, or eventually at least, what is support and resistance right now for?
I mean, on the weekly, it's been on an uptrend, but the point and resistance that I'm looking at for the near future would be the 345 area for resistance. And then looking for about the hold of 290-ish. Maybe 3 as support.
245. Okay. So for support, and then you said for that's for support and resistant again? For resistant, what was your resistance?
345.
345. Okay. Oh, we're gonna go all the way down. That's real small. Ooh, you're missing the intentions of this. Of 540. Which is, you see how that struggle here? That was the same pullback. He has intentions, but he got pulled pretty heavy. I guess he's trying to look for something real short. But wait, okay, so you're looking for 3 support. Yeah, your support is real tight so far. Okay, cool. No wonder it's tight. You said 3, and then you said 2. You said 230s, right? Or 240s? No, you said 240s.
345.
Cool. Yeah, that's why you were kind of going a little tight. Cool. All right. So this is what just supported resistance. So what are your entry levels for this tick? What will be your entry levels to enter, and what are you really looking for overall then?
Hang on. Sorry, I'm going back and forth between my chart and yours.
You're good. Because so far, based on the momentum of monthly, I like that bounce and respect. That is kind of the start of something huge. So this could be the start of even running this high of $6-7 and even running the $10 based on the momentum, the way he came back from the 1, it's trading in the 4 kind of area. So I don't know why my thing. Anyways, he has the momentum. So once you give you the entry levels, let's break it down here in the 4 hours.
So what I'm saying is, it popped obviously last Friday. So now I'm looking for a hold again, and that's why I have a
Yes, sir. That's good for
tight
that.
entry.
Again. What were your entry then?
To go to a higher high. Huh?
What would be your entry levels?
Hang on, let me get back to. If it doesn't pop off tomorrow before in the pre-market, then 320.
It does have a good chance to pop pre-market real early.
Right.
Okay, so you said 330?
Yeah.
Okay, 330. That's not bad. Yes, sir. So 330 right here. Okay. And just 330, or you got another level in an area?
Yeah, if it does pull back and wants to reset the 30-minute, then looking at like 310.
310. Okay. Now, this becomes a problem here. I'm gonna tell you why. This week, like I don't trust it to come all the way down here. For me to want to catch a bigger move, the 330, 350, or even to go up there, I want to at least move my entry into below the potential. Like I like the potential that you. Let me zoom in. Okay, this potential like this. I want to catch the area of here. I don't
So
want
you
to
don't want
kind
it to
of.
start downtrending.
I don't
Is
want
what
to
you're
try
saying,
to.
huh?
Yeah, I don't want to have the missing opportunity of not getting this again, because as for a fast it was pulled, there's a chance that you probably won't get that. So I will want to kind of focus in the area that I know that it can have another candle book here and start going up, or just pull back into this area again, but eventually 80%, 90% catch it. And my risk, like the risk that you were mentioning, which is 3 and some. I like that. Yes, it is a good risk. That will make the sense of the entry here, or risking that 290, 295, and the potential, which since based on the momentum that he has, the potential can real push high, right? Like you can probably even repush this 386. So what's your potential for this then? For what's the PT for this ticker on your side?
I think it eventually can push that higher high to 6.
Of 6. So I should go to monthly, right? And then let's see. But remember, 6. Are you willing to wait that long? Means that this thing is only doing 1, 2. Look where it came from. We're talking from 2020 November, and it's done 4 candles. So for you to potentially get this 7, you will have to wait at least 3 more months. You know, the max 2 months in case it does the next one and builds up again, and even push that eventually 5, 6. So were you willing to wait that long? Or will you like short down your PT?
Well, I think initially we'll see 4, but just the higher high on the last day.
Of Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, because 4 hours since it's reset, I do believe that you can eventually get a pretty quick pop again. But if it does reverse, then you will need to build up and build this area to just go boom again. So that is the
Yeah.
kind of consolidation that you will be wanting to wait if it doesn't happen anything. But based on the action, let's see. Buyers are strong, and like you said, it could run pre-market.
And what I'm anticipating to see or look for is that weekly to cross and create a continuation, and then be weekly bullish again.
Okay. Yeah. It does feel a little. This one's it's definitely tricky because it's just that wick on the monthly, like this wick that's created here, which is a run of of $6, which is a run, which is this run.
Yeah.
This created a lot of back holders, so this area can struggle. That's what I mean. And then it can be, like I said, it can take
Yeah, it definitely likes the pop,
pull
likes the
back.
pop, then consolidate, then
You see this recover and then consolidate. So I mean, this one probably just pull this and then consolidate and just go back again. But that's why the area of 329 is a good risk. And so yeah, I guess the plan would be 290, right? 295 risk.
Yeah.
Entry will be, let's go back to a lower time frame. Will be 225, 220. I mean, not 220, 320, 325 into 340. The risk, like I said, there's 295 and potential. You said higher high of 4. And or you were saying 6, right? Or you rather say you mentioned Friday's higher high. So you're looking for this, or you're looking for the 6 thing?
3.
You're looking for this one?
And come back to your screen.
Because like you had the one daily. The daily is the 6.
The 386.
Yeah, that would be definitely better. Because the way this one downtrending, and then on the hold of this could create a pop, and then just pull back again and consolidate. Because the way the daily is zigzagging, you can tell it goes up, down, up, down. It's the same thing as buy, sell, and then the sell. Same thing when it goes down, up, down, up. Even this zigzag towards the upside, that's the price action going up and down, up and down. The down is the selling. The up towards K is the green, going up. Is K going into D. So that would be the K, selling, K getting away from D, and then K coming into D. And as you can see, he held up just this bit here, and he continued to an upturn. He recovered K, and then once he recovered, he went down, sold, and then K made a bounce again, went up, and then sold, and then went boom up again, and that's the pop that created up. So as you can tell, this is just based on the action that is moving. Other than that, you have to understand that since it's buying, selling, buying, selling, it can have that potential to sell. But on the entry, exit, and that you mentioned, that is pretty good to be able to have that potential to even go longer. So yeah, I mean that was a good plan for this one. And so what's your next one?
NAK.
MAK, right?
Nancy Alpha. And then
M and K. This one?
K.
No, it was not this one. Okay,
No,
so
no, no.
which one is it? Okay.
Here, I'll just send.
Oh, okay. I thought I was losing you from. Oh, naked, naked.
No, that's not naked.
Nah, it's
No,
almost naked.
without the D. Naked without
Without
the
the
D.
D. Which is this? Oh, it's monthly.
That's one of the ones from Wall Street Bets there. They're all over that one.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. I like how K's not. I mean, D's not away from K. At least on the weekly, we do have a little messy momentum. Let me
And
see if
weekly,
this.
then
If this, I want this to match at least the 4 hours reset. So we're gonna see now. Yeah, it's matching. It's not that far, so I expect at least to hold 80, this area here, and then consolidate to
yeah.
rebound the $1 again. But that's just strong. You see, you notice this momentum is smooth. It's an uptrend. This is why some momentums they look like that. Even the hits so one. You're gonna notice the way the
Yeah,
momentum looks in the weekly.
I had
See this?
support at 80,
That's
and
like
then
yeah. It's like every week is gonna constantly make higher highs. The way it's not, dun, 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 like this, like building momentum where it goes up, down. Like this downside, that could be like 2 weeks or 1 week of selling, and then that's just not moving at all. But when you have this is constantly price just climbing every week. Which if you go down here, you're gonna notice, this 1 week sold, but then it went up, 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 and then up and away. So the high intentions here is for at least 240, which should be getting soon. Because it's being returning this 280. I mean, this 180, 185, pretty like nothing.
initially, I'm looking for that 145 gap.
Okay, let's go back to naked then. And we're gonna build a plan for this one since it seems to be cleared. It has a cleared chart, so we're gonna build up here. Okay, so give me a support and a resistance right now. A level of support and resistance.
Support 80. Yeah. All right.
Okay,
We can go a little higher. We can go up to 83.
resistant.
Yeah, my chart's not working right now.
For everyone
95.
that's 95. 95. Okay, yeah, I like that. I mean, well, you have 95. How come you're choosing 95?
Just because it struggled at that area on the daily quite a few times.
Okay, we're gonna put it there since I haven't really asked you for the PT and for the entries yet. So I want to see what's your PT is. So that's what I'm curious at. Because you're basing on this 95. Okay, so what's your risk level for this? Now let's put it down because the reason I'm doing it on the weekly is I want to hop into a lower time frames to see how it matches those levels that you're giving me. If you understand me,
Yeah. 4 hour, I'm looking at possibly could come down to 80.
But your risk level where it shouldn't even come down to. So you're saying it shouldn't come down
Oh,
to
where it should, where it shouldn't come down more than become bearish kind of thing.
Yeah. Whatever is it?
Let me see. Honestly, I don't think I'd risk any more than 80.
You don't risk no more than 80. Okay. So we'll color 80. The risk level.
But let me see, 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Okay. So what's your entry levels?
34.
34.
Between 84 and all right.
84.
84 to 87.
84 and 87. Okay, you could catch a wick.
Depending on if it wants to give
You don't want to
another
spread.
bottom wick.
You wouldn't want to spread just a bit more, like at least catching the area of this trading here. So in case you're not trying to catch just the bottom wick, or you want to leave it here at the 87 as entry.
Okay.
You want to leave it there?
Hang on, let me come to your chart. I need to have the computer up when we do this. Let's see. What are you on, 4 hour or day? Day.
Day. The reason I came today is just to move my lines better so I can see the levels.
Yeah, about that 85, 84, 85. Right up there.
So you leave it there?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what's your potential?
I think we'll eventually see 145. If
think?
not higher.
You think, or it will?
Bro, I knew he was gonna do that. I knew he was gonna do that.
Can't think. You gotta know.
Yes, sir. So you think, or is going to?
Hang on.
You said 145, which is this area of gap. So
Yeah.
based on this momentum, do you actually see it coming?
Yes.
Okay. And I do agree with you. It does, because the way it can still set up, it's still barely passing midway, so it still has room. So 2 more weeks could eventually pop that even into a pre-market, and then even pop it after hours, run it pre-market, fade pre-market, and come back down and make it seem like it never even ran this area. But because it's not going to pit in the print in the screen of here in the weekly, if it happens after hours of pre-market. But if it happens throughout market opens and EOD, it's already running 129. The potential, I mean, not even 129. By the time he runs 115 again, that's whenever he wants to kind of run that 145. But on this momentum, now let's check monthly. And he's on reset. I mean, he does have the momentum to to even rerun that, even this $2 again. Because this is 3, but it can even come to the $2 area. And then even this one, this is 178, so 180, $2. You see all this area here, $2. So there's multiple times that it has gone to there, and there's a strong volume now. And on this reset, could eventually 145 and even run $2 longer term. But there's strong volatility on it. So other than that, on the plan that you gave, it is good. But I will recommend, since we're looking here for a bigger picture and it's still under $1, and we want a 145. This area will be better of entry. I like the risk, but based on the momentum and on buyers, I probably would even have a risk.
Honestly, on the weekly, if you just followed that weekly trend line, it could come back to about 75 and still be bullish.
Right. Yeah, it can come back. Look, you got to know that how it's been doing here. You're going to know that it was up. Even this climb over here comes back halfway. This one held. The next one comes back halfway. This one comes back halfway. This one halfway. So what I'm saying is the halfway of 77.80 can happen to, rerun 145. So that 80, yeah, it can come down to 80 to create the print of 80. And then because 73 is already too low. So I do believe at least 79, 78, 80 to, to start pinning up $1 again. But if we go based on this is what I'm not kind of seeing 80 again. It's just based on this buyer. This one held, 85. So could happen. But look how far 80 is. It's all the way down here.
Right.
So that's kind of like, I'd rather just see 84, 83. And then, but for me not to miss the 180 or the rerun of $1. Remember what ONTX did, ACST, CTRM, they all flushed under one after running one. And then when they rerun one again, they ran it pretty hard, running 120, 140. So this is what we want to see is to catch the under ones to, we catch a run into the one. But this will definitely be my attentions tomorrow morning because I wouldn't want to miss the rerun of one. The market's been strong lately. How's crypto doing?
Hey, Jose, can I say something about this 28K?
Oh, crypto's 48.5. Hell to the yes, because yes, sir. Go ahead.
So on the 12th there, that last candle on the weekly,
Yes, sir.
it came up to what, $1.15. Do you feel like since it rose so high and then it had all that selling pressure back down to 89 or 90, a lot of people took profit, maybe bag holders or whatnot?
Oh, the
Because when you
reason
look at
for
the
this,
weekly on that,
the reason for this, it really wasn't just
what?
it wasn't really specs or selling or taking profit. It was the smart people selling their profit. Yeah, because think about it. Look where this opened up. Because I'm gonna show you something here. I'm gonna put it here where this wick was at. Let's go back to 5 minutes for that day. Into the 145. Where is it at? Nope, two back. Okay, right here. 123. I'm sure it was that area. Was it that area? No. Where's the freak? That was just 2 days ago too. Okay, let me get in here.
Man, your intro is too slow. Now it's crooked.
Actually, well, I'm
I
not
guess
115.
my reason for saying that.
I was looking for 145
115.
actually. Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say, I guess my reasoning for saying that is if you look at the weekly chart, you zoom out like all the way, you can see how many times that thing hit 90, jumped up, and sold right back off. You're looking at like 5 or 6 times in the past.
This one? No.
Are
Are you talking about this one, right? This ticker that we're watching right now?
Yeah. You feel like it hit 90 so many times and it sold off right afterwards almost every time.
Yeah. But the difference here is,
besides like, the last time though.
right, but look at the heat levels. Let me kind of put it on here. This is one.
Yeah.
You see where it's been at? And
I see the
you
heat.
got,
It's definitely heat now.
right. Even this one, yeah, this becomes an issue where it doesn't run heat, but it's setting up. And then
Like the 4 hours downtrending.
right. Or the 4 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, but still downtrending. So this is why like an area of 80. This is what I'm saying. We could see, okay, for entry, let's break down here to a lower time frame. You already broke downtrend. One time.
It's kind of consolidating at the bottom, but
right. Sometimes you have to look. You have to be able to search for a trend line that's respected the most. Like for example, even this Wix. Once you find a good one, you'll be able to kind of find different situations. Because the more downtrend it breaks, the more possibility of downtrends, the better for you. Because it just not doesn't follow downtrend, it broke it, so now you're going sideways. So that sideways can eventually it starts building up again. So
Mhm.
so we're gonna break this here. You're gonna notice all this space that we're building up. So now we, pretty much came out with an area that we're interested in, and you got this higher high now. So we're gonna keep making another line here. You got this other higher high. Eventually go up. But based on this weekly, this is what I'm saying. This weekly is strong, and you're going to tell that even before it was pulled back, pull back, danced around. Even this one for a whole week, it pushed and then pulled back and it stayed around the same area that he probably even opened. So to create this huge volume, what catches my attention is this huge volume. Think about it here. You see this huge volume. This huge volume was already on heat, but look what that huge volume took it at too. Sometimes, like I said, you will have these heat runs of massive volume, but the price is just going to still be here. Or when it runs this and price is still here, that's just saying, it's really not going to get you anywhere. But there's so much reaction and momentum barely still showing room or just barely moved. Sometimes just the price action is going to take you to a whole different level. So on this action, this is just the start of it. So, momentum still showing room. So that 145 does make sense that you should at least, go to the 145 because he already kind of densed this area. But if we're trying to catch, like I said, catching levels before the one, right now the 90 doesn't even matter anymore because he already ran it. But we're kind of our prediction now is to run the 90 now. I mean, to run the $1 because, we're not really, we're trying to, this is you trying to predict if you were to be here and this is coming here, your prediction is to go up. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. My little daughter found me. And okay, so you guys are still here, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So pretty much trying to predict this. This is kind of saying, it's building up. For example, it's building up here. And you want to kind of catch, a potential of a higher high. To run this higher high, run this higher high. And that's, that's just your potential based on this month. Because look where he's at. It's pushing uptrend. And what it does, it pushes the higher high, this one, and the one that you're looking for. You take your profit and you let it reset again. You see how it resets? And then repeat the same thing. You enter this level again and you wait for correction, which is, resetting, wait for correction. And it starts, even this one, which is this little small pop, you would have been like, okay, it's setting up, which is you can see right now, it's setting up, it's going up, right? And then it crosses and then it goes up again. It goes into a heat kind of level mode. And you get this huge pop. Oh, you're not going to take profit. I'm sure in one day, this probably thing, went up this much. And this is just weekly. But if you're waiting for more, then guess what happens? You get caught in that reset again. But you're going to be like, okay, well, let me just risk this higher low, which is, multiple holds. So guess what happens? You see it holds that level because now it resets. And guess what you're waiting on again? On a correction. You wait for the correction, and that same correction, if since resets again, then you just waiting on correction until correction happens. So you get the results. Eventually, being patiently waiting, but this is just weekly. And what I'm saying is, on this momentum, you're going to tell, it built up. So what it's doing now is building intentions for two types of higher high. You got the 140 that he hasn't even shown that in the price action that he had run them. He hasn't even run. I'm sorry, he has ran it yet. So he hasn't, pretty much run it. So once he runs it, that's gonna be like, okay, he runs the first higher high. Let me take profit if you want to take profit. If not, so on. Says he's sitting right now under 91 cents, but he hasn't even shown that he's run 121 yet. So the next one is 145. Once it runs at 121, what are the chances depending on the time that it does it? Would it do it at MO, midday, EOD, into after hours, and then pre-market continuation? And if so on, would it take the price? And if it's trading at 115, 120, 123, that is going to potentially push 145 by pre-market and so on and so on. So that's how you kind of, you know, so let's say after hours in pre-market is trading 130, 140, 145. Market open comes and it's trading on 150 and it hasn't even shown this action yet. What happens is that creates the gap of opening here. So you will want to kind of what? Take your profit and let it come back down into, you know, that 115, 120 and print this gap. If it's trading this 130, 140 after hours of pre-market, you know, because then it's going to create this gap that is never printed this trade. But if it's building up, that is what you're looking for. You're building this 90, which as you can see, it's sitting on the 90 right now, 91. It's sitting right in the middle of this candle. So what are the chances that the next candle creates a one, which is the coming week, this coming week or next week, creates the 125 candle of print of higher high that even, you know, after hours pre-market pushes into the 145. So based on, you know, 4 hours, that's already kind of happening now and buyers are coming in, you know, your base potential will be at least this, like, you know, 77. I wouldn't even have a risk really because I would be like, I'm waiting for one. That kind of idea. I'm waiting for one. I'm not selling because I'm waiting for one. And that's what pretty much we did with CTRM, SNDL, all this kind of tickers. We were just waiting for one. And this is the same thing. This is the same setup CTRM and all these tickers did before they even ran one again and created higher highs. So
this is probably like one of the last ones under $1. Not
right,
many under $1 right now.
Exactly. And there's strong trading. I mean, there's a strong trading action here. There's a strong trading action. So you wouldn't even want to have a risk, and you will be just like, let me dip. I'm 1-1. That's pretty much what you're looking for. And it's 91, fine. Any dip that creates, I'm just gonna probably, you know, if I'm in profit in some other one, I'll take that profit off and I'll restart that profit into this one again to rerun me one, and I, you know, accumulate my profit even more. Because, you know, if you're gonna miss CTM, that's fine. But your goal is, you know, to sometimes to be able to buy more shares and create more profit than waiting, you know, if you already have your profit on that one. This is just, you know, how you want to kind of base plans. But if you have, you know, cash on the side where you can go into this one and then average in for that one, if it hasn't run one yet and it's still trading sideways to that potentially one, then, you know, it's always fine to do so. But me, I will probably find dips real soon, like Monday, Tuesday, or even just Monday pre-market or all day pre-market. Like I'll wait. If it's not doing nothing Monday, okay, then I'll just find if it's on the BWAP.
How are you gonna
I'll
find out
probably,
what it's doing on Monday, bro? Monday's closed.
no, I mean, not just like, oh yeah, it's Tuesday. Today's Monday. Hey, it's pretty crazy outside though. On Texas, I can't even get out.
The dry snow is crazy there.
Oh my god, it's pretty insane. This is the first time ever, man. I'm talking about the snow. It's pretty crazy up. Okay, so Mike, I like your tickers, especially who brought this one up. That was Mike who brought this one up.
Mike.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we have a plan. My plan will be get in before 1 and write this thing into, you know, like you said, 125 into 140 and 45, and no risk because based on this action, at the end of the day, I still will risk probably 60. Really, I will risk all this and then catch all these opportunities here to rerun a one. Because on this weekly, yeah, we can run one again, easy, man. He said just resetting.
It's probably gonna do it tomorrow morning, to be honest.
Yeah, because look, this is what I'm saying. You see these huge actions? This is one. You have this other one. And you have this even this one. Look, even this wick, look where he took it at. He took it all the
It
way
went
to
higher, yeah.
yeah.
It was a bunch
So
of reverse.
imagine this volatility here now. Where could he take it? He can actually take, you know what I'm saying, to the moon. What people say. Okay, so
Hey, just one more thing to keep in mind on that NAK one. I believe that's one of the stocks that was on the WSB like
It
hype
is.
list.
It is.
So keep that in mind as well.
you see how the 1 hour burn is starting? When the 1 hour, the 2 hours, oh, look at 2 hours. This 2 hours and 1 hour can end up failing. If they fail, that's good because they can find this consolidation and they can wait for 4 hours to come back down. This is what I mean by fail. Like go come back here, and then go back down, make 1 hour, 2 hours fail, and then once 4 hours resets fully, then that's whenever 2 and 1 hour are gonna kind of follow each other, making a good 3 time frame strength to rerun the one, even the 145, as Mike was saying. So other than that, I do like,
Yeah, I need to watch for a fake out on that 4 hour too.
yeah, I do like the entry of starting now, since it's kind of broke this huge downtrend. Starting to look weak, but like I said, 4 hours could be like the K coming into the here, and then kind of recreate and come back down into 85. If not, they'll just keep pushing, and they'll just make 4 hours recover based on the momentum on weekly. Just go back to one, because 10 cents into one is a lot of money if you really if you go heavy on this penny stocks tickers are making a lot of difference in money. Because this is what I mean. You see what I'm saying? This whole selling consolidation, and it just goes boom. This could create the same area just to go boom up again. So yep, that's pretty good ticker. So what you got? Who else got another one? I know we still got 3 missing.
PRTY.
PR2Y. Current party.
I believe that thing's at $9.
Okay. Oh man, you know this thing has run since so much. Where I think right since we started trading it.
Yeah, I used to have it at 50 cents.
Right. Okay, so what's your plan for this one then? So we can kind of go a little quicker on the stickers.
Let me take it back in.
What's your support resistance, your entries, PT, and risk?
I was looking at support around 750 and resistance around 880.
750. And resistance where?
880.
880. Cool. Yep, I like the level too. Entry?
Under 8. $780, $790, somewhere around there.
So just an area of 790.
Yeah, $780, $790.
So anything under 8?
Yeah. Well, above 770 and below 8.
Okay, yeah.
It
I
looks
see
like
that area
it's
being tested a
looks
lot.
like the 785, 780. It's a good spot. Been hitting lately.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Catching this area. Okay. So you said risk will be 750, right?
Yeah.
That'll be your support, or that'll be risk as well.
Yeah, it'd be both.
Risk and support, cool. Why did this thing keep moving close? 445. Okay. And then your PT?
Over 9.
Over 9. Cool. So what's making you choose this ticker?
Well, I was looking at all the time frames and they're all bullish. Every one above the 30-minute.
Consolidating. Yeah, it's consolidating on the oversold.
I mean, the 4 hour seems a little extended off a D, but
I like the 4 hours too, though.
yeah,
it's already on the
daily's
oversold.
resetting. Daily's about to reset. Weekly as well.
Strong candles too, man. So that means that strong candles could mean a huge someone giving up and huge pop. So based on this momentum, that is no joke. You could get at least one more pop. So you say your PT will be over 9. Yeah, makes sense. I like that PT as well. You're not looking like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get 13. That is kind of, good because this is already sitting on heat. You were trying to at least catch some dollar moves, but at least some price action of being tested again. So yeah, that's good. And so you're choosing this because you say you have higher time frames bullish, and based on the action. Yep. Like they say, I approve this message. Yeah, I like it, man. I like this one. I like this plan that you gave us. It's pretty solid. PT, we can't get 9. Risk is 750. That makes sense. If you want to catch this move and entry, yep. In case you miss it, I will recommend as well trying to catch 7, 8, 8, 825. If it's like a build up of 825 into an upside, so you can catch into the 9. That'll be another entry
Yeah.
that would be good. But yeah, it's pretty good ticker. Which is your other one?
Well, I did most of my work on Party, but I do have MUX.
This one?
No, M like Mary. UX.
Oh, UMX.
M. Nope. MU.
MU.
Yeah, X. Third one down. Oh, right there. Yep. Right there.
Yeah. I like that sideways of daily as well. If that's daily, yep, that's daily. The sideways, this is what you want to see. Once D starts doing sideways and this, you see this small first respect and price action price action means that it's still trading in this area. And when K extends off D and goes up like this, that is the move that will go boom.
Yep.
Okay, so what's your plan for this one?
I didn't really look into it too much. It was like last second before we started. I wasn't sure if I was going to mention it because it seemed like there was a lot of red on the daily, a lot of selling, but it seems to have held and turned around.
But it's not. You know how you starting to show a lot of buyers now. Like
yeah,
buyers overpowering the red.
I mean, I guess support would be somewhere, or I mean, support would be somewhere around $1.10.
Yeah, that would be a good support level here. This bottom, but
I just wasn't sure if there was much potential because it seems like it bounced off $1.30 a couple of times just a few days ago.
What I like is it starting to build up. Like this is what you want to see. Where
I guess we could see 140.
140. Yeah, we could see 140 the gap, and we can see above 130 for sure.
Yeah,
130. Will be
it
the
just
one.
didn't seem like too much. It's only 10 cents. So, but I mean, 140 is possible.
I like this buyers area. You can see start making higher highs, higher lows. Disrespect setting up. If we go to weekly. Oh man, that weekly, but still setting up. Meaning that while this weekly, this action is one. It ran it already. Next action can happen is a 214. This is what I would be looking for right now. Because it has a volatility to do it. But if you want something shorter, then yes, you will want to at least focus into 130, 140. Longer term will be 2. And that's just based on this action that it can just pop a, it's already 122 really. Let me see if it's just one buy. If it was traded throughout pre-market. It looks like it was traded throughout pre-market. No, it was traded in the day. And it's already running that pretty strong. You know what I'm noticing? The range is real small too then. 126 and the higher high of gap is 140. That's only 15 cents.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not too much. I wasn't sure if I was going to mention that one.
Whoa, 400 mil float. That's pretty crazy. That's insane. That's big, but I like the momentum where, if you want to go like a huge move on it, I mean like a huge position, I would recommend, like it's pretty solid for 10 cents, 15 cents,
Yep.
and on the dollar, yeah, you can make a heck of a lot of money. Like I seen people, with $2,000 make probably $100 with that just 10 cents. So good money. And okay, you guys, I like your tickers. Good plan. So what you got? What was my mayhem?
ARC.
Which one?
ARC.
ARC.
So yeah, I'm not a big fan of like waiting for breakouts, so I like this one. All right. Resistance and support. Resistance at 275 and another one at 229.
Where are you going? Okay, hold on.
Going
275.
off the screen.
275, 275, 275. Okay. And you said that was resistance and support.
And 229.
Okay.
Yeah, you can make it 226. Same shit. All right. So the whole idea is that behind this one, the daily was just doing an ascending triangle. It finally started breaking out. The weekly does look like it's perfectly set up to do a 2.75 run exactly this week. Other than that, everything basically supports it. The daily huge hold the gain through the reset, by the way. I would say entry point anywhere between like two two 210 to 220 ish, anywhere between that. Because I do believe that the daily will do a bottom wick back down to that support, and it might do a bottom wick even more just to mess people up. So we should be looking for entry anywhere between 210 to 225, 230s.
Okay.
And stop loss around $2 with the price target of 275. Ideally, like I said, I do believe this should be happening sometime this week. Because on top of that, the monthly looks even stronger because we got a huge top wick at the resistance. Then on top of that, we got the green candlestick trying to now break out of it, and it's not really coming off any bottom wick yet. It's still coming off with a full candle, so it could do the 275 one more time.
And you said your PT was too
275.
cool. I like that plan, and I like the solid. What I liked about this plan that you did, you were focusing in this action. You know, like I will probably end up dipping whatever area I get like a reset. I know you guys are giving me, entry levels, and all these entry levels that you're giving me, guys, are you basing these entry levels on resets? Like, okay, 15 minutes, for example. If we zoom out, you go to notice that every
I mean,
single 15 minutes,
so like,
it's under the 225.
okay, so like I've been doing options for mad long, right? So like for me, when I look for setups, like I can't really risk a reset happening on me because it's gonna kill my contract. So I keep my stop loss based off like the low of the last 4-hour candlestick or the low of the last consolidation pattern. So for like this, with the last low for me being over here, which was 210, I wouldn't want to see it do a bottom wick below that.
So you trying to focus on option for this one then?
No, I'm not focused on option. I'm saying like the way that I looked at the setup was the way that I'll look at most of my setups when I'm playing options. So that's why I think like this one is primed to run up.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, this is why the 239. I mean, the 237 will make sense, or even this higher high of 240 will make sense to even enter really, because think about it. If it's already trying to, go up mode, you're really not going to get this no more. So you eventually, higher high or the consolidation of continuation dips. But even if like the 235, if it runs up this level, that will still be a level of entry, in my opinion. So like I
Yeah,
said,
it's still a pretty. Because with the daily, what I basically expected to do, especially since the 229, it took so long to break. Because if you look on the daily chart, 229, it just kept rejecting it. Even the one time it broke, it couldn't hold over that as a support. So I do expect, like, if this play specifically wants to run the 275, it will do that bottom wick at least to the 229 to the 230. That's why anywhere between like from here to, I mean, between 210 to like 230s, it's a good entry. Because we should be seeing, ideally, we should be seeing a bottom wick because of the amount of times we got rejected on whatever time frame, whether it's the 4-hour, 1 hour, we will see that. Oh wait, the 1 hour already did it. Never mind. The 1 hour already started making support on top of the 229 zone. Yeah, I'm looking at your thing right now.
On a lot of
So, yeah.
time frames on that, like 95 or above on the FSTO. Does that make a difference?
Say that again.
This one?
on the FSTO on like all the time frames. 30-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour. Everything's like 95, like
Th-
insane heat.
Right, but that's why the risk becomes two overall. Because even if it wants to run heat, let it run heat. But even in the correction, eventually, what are you really looking for? You're looking for this higher high, right?
Hmm.
So meaning that 4 hours, yes, can still come into D and probably fail. 1 hour, 30 minutes. The only one that I don't like is 30 minutes running heat. I don't care about 1 hour, 4 hours. I do care about 30 minutes because 30 minutes meaning that this thing, since there's no action, like there's no action during pre-market or after hours, you're going to expect a action of this, at least market open. So
Yeah, the
market
pullback.
open
Yeah.
can easily become a dip opportunity. Like a market open, you can see that even market open happens here during the market open, even into EOD, it dips. This one, midday, it dips. This one, midday, it dips. And then this one started from that dip. So what I'm saying is, seems like to want to dip every single midday. So it's best to dip it EOD or dip it midday, but don't try to let emotions kind of get in too late in the way. But like having these heats, it does kind of worrisome a bit that it's not at the right time to dip, because even this action here
It looks like it's
and
going
being
into
1 hour on a reset, that gives me a little more confidence to enter than this, because I'm already kind of like, okay, am I really gonna dip this thing on heat where I can do it, just come back down, and then where I could catch another 226 entry, you know, or 225 or 220 entry. So for now, even if he wants to run up, let it run up. That's why your entry, based on this momentum and 15 minutes, like you say, contracts, or if you're trying to contracts, it's fine. But you can buy
No,
like
I'm not doing contracts. This was straight
this.
for pennies. I'm just saying like this was just a setup that I would normally use for one of my option plays.
And you see how strong this monthly is? This is what I mean, that you can even
Yeah.
still enter 240 and eventually still run your profit. And then the based on this monthly, you can run even $3, 360.
Because the weekly definitely has intention to run higher highs. It wants it because it could have easily failed on when it did that bottom wick, but it ended up
Yeah,
turning into
exactly.
buyers.
Yeah. It's just that, it's a little slow. This took about 2 weeks, 3 weeks to make this higher high, but eventually to put you in profit, it can't put you in profit. But like I said, since it's real slow, then I would want to wait at least on the 30 minutes to, because you can even do it right pre-market, boom, back to 225. You catch a dip and then just ride and just ride with the risk of two. So that
Yeah.
one is, it's a good solid ticker where, the based on there is a huge strong buyers. So this thing could even, and let's say, like imagine after hours pre-market squeeze into the $4 area because of this higher high. So that can happen, because it's building up, and then the more buyers it build up and price stays around the same area because it's close to 235. Where's 235? It's right here. So you can even go, like I said, get on it on market hours and still stay in this action here to where you can just keep going, 260, 265, and so on. So, because like remember how DDDS, there was one of them that I alerted and I got out early because, I saw potential on it. I just didn't want to kind of, keep chasing it because I was already in good profit. But who I was kind of basing it on was this guy. 4 hours, he fell me a little bit here, but look what it did. He came back up to rerun for 80. So what I'm saying is I got out
It's because sometimes this is
because of this, because it was fading me. So I was like, you know what? 4 hours already kind of ran. At least already a little sold. So I'm just gonna get out. Took my profit. We were already coming from the 290 dip here. But then if you check daily, you see strong daily. This is why it was just completely just setting up for more. 4 hours wouldn't even matter. And then, you can even go to weekly and you have that reset of potential to reset, like based on price action. But I was kind of basing it on the strong smooth uptrend of daily that I knew that, but even then, go look at 30 minutes. This is, we were trading it here. Where the one that it dipped us hard? I think it was this one. We were this is where I alerted it, and it dipped us this 380. I was like, oh no, we got to dip this thing. It's gonna come back, and that's what it did because market took a hit, and look what happened next day. 234, then consolidated the same area to 384, and just to rerun, even to 475. But that was just, strong on momentum here. So the stickers that we all mentioned, they're pretty good stickers, based on
Yo,
action.
where are your 2 tickers? We're missing 2.
I'm about to put them on right now. You guys ready? Okay. Let me bring them up because I have them in my list. Okay. Which prize do you guys want? Do you want one for 15? I got one for 15. I got one for 3. I like the 15 more solid because it's kind of, it's a solid ticker. And I have one that is setting up real nicely. Y'all want to see it?
Whichever one you're doing options on.
I'm doing no options.
As soon as he said 15, that's the first thing I thought of.
Yep, the 15 one. But this was the first one that I wanted. Look at this action here. You see
I like the 184 more, boy. Let's continue.
Watch this. I'm about to show you weekly on this. If it comes up, because now it's
Bro, that looks like the same exact setup that I just showed you on ARC.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Jesus. There it goes. Okay. You see this action? Oh, boy. This is beautiful. You see where Daily's at? He's just starting. This zigzag could end. I'm talking about it could make deadly moves. Especially it can make deadly moves upwards if the candles are huge. If they're huge, it means huge moves coming. And this is just one daily. Look at daily. 360 to 396. That's 20 cents. And then it goes back down, it dips, go back up, and then doing or whatever. So long story short, let's go to weekly. See this weekly smooth uptrend. You see where it's kind of trying to go. We got 1, 2, and this huge one, and we have history of top wicks. We have history of huge movements. This thing can have 4, and the way this thing is setting up, you see how this weekly looks beautiful, and it has the potential to give more and more. Now let's build the plan. Let's see what 4 hours is at. See if it matches that potential. You see how 4 hours is already on oversold and is setting up by that K respecting the. So what I'm liking here is that we have a high intentions of what? Of this and of this. It did it. It didn't really run. I mean, it didn't even run, the higher high. It actually got faked. Came back down. And now it's building this huge volume again to do what? To rerun 2 again. So it's just, constantly making slow higher highs and lower highs and, so on and so on. So we're going to build a plan here. Based on this momentum, we can pretty much build our risk. I like this potential risk. And because it already came to an oversold. He found oversold. And this is one, but he found oversold here in the same area. So I would want to focus at least, give it a little more air. We're going to bring it down just a little bit more to give it air. So 155 is risk. So we're going to put 155 because it's sitting on the 160. Now, entry levels, let's put it on entry levels here. I will want to kind of focus. Let's see what 30 minutes is sitting at. Okay, 30 minutes is sitting on heat. So my entry level will want to be at least 180 into a 30 minutes reset or under 2 because my potential will be 205 and even to a higher high of 253 based on the potential that is doing 20. So I mean the float shouldn't even be big. And then we break it down to 4 hours again. So as you can see, I'm trying to focus and catch this area. My PT will be I don't know why my letters kind of turned. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take that one out. And so my PT is going to be 205, but that's just what I'm just saying right now. But I want a bigger one. I'm looking for a bigger one. So based on this action, you're going to see that it's in huge uptrend price action. We're gonna build one uptrend. This is just one uptrend. And let's see if we can build multiple uptrends action here. That's being respected multiple times. You're gonna see here. Okay. We're going here so we don't move too much. So we're gonna kind of build area that is being respected the most. Okay. Okay, so we leave it like this. And this is strong, right? Uptrend. If we go back into daily, you're gonna notice that this uptrend if I take this one and fix it up here, it's pretty much in the trend. So we, it's in an uptrend even overall. So if you want to catch an area, even if he wants to dip the area of 172, I'll still want to catch dips of that because I know you can come back up and rerun the uptrend of a higher of 202. Now, what I like is this weekly. You see how K is close to D, and when he does that, he hasn't even stretched up yet, and we haven't even, based on this action, we're building up to where what are the chances that in after hours, so pre-market, he creates a huge pop out of nowhere, and we never get these huge moves because he ends into it seems like, what did these moves come like? Do they even open? Let me see if they open pre-market and then just flush. Pre-market flushes. And let's go back more. 70s or even more movements. Yep, midday. Midday pop and then flush the whole gain throughout the days. Yep, midday runs throughout the mid. It flushes the whole pre-market. Yep, same day. So what I'm saying is this is just based on what happening, what happens in one day. In one day, it pushes and then it goes back down same day. So what we have here, it's a buildup. It's not a 1 day pop. It's multiple days of buyers. So overall, the entry of this will be 180 under 2, and the potential for this based on this weekly momentum, I will want to at least see it to run this higher high of what 227 and 210. So once he runs 205, 210, and 211, I'm just gonna let it run for the day, and we can end up running into a squeeze that it could end up running $3. So that's just based when he does it, how he does it, how fast he does it, when it creates the pop, if it's a random pop or if it's a MO running that coming from yesterday's low and is building towards midday EOD and that ends into after hours pop. I take my profit in because I know that it's going to do what? Lose all its gain again. So that is kind of my chance here that, if I get any kind of pop or random pop, I will want to take my profit. But on this action, buyers strong momentum to an uptrend. That's my first one here because of this action that's happening. I like the candle buildup that's happening uptrending. Now the $15, which is it's almost like the one that the Mayhem did, which is Jivo. It has almost that same action. You see this strong uptrend. This is beautiful because it's not a random pop. It's a buildup. You got strong buyers. You got strong buyers here. And you're going to see we got what? This huge high intentions of 17, 20, even this gap of what? $60. And if we go to monthly ain't playing around. Monthly really wants what? More into at least 20 area. So now let's build our plan and let's break it down into daily. Beautiful buyers on the daily. I'm liking this action. This is something that can end up doing what WKHD did, what the GME did, that happened such a long consolidation, what Neo did, what many of the tickers that come from the $10 area and just continue to uptrend into into the 80s, the hundreds, and so on, in the coming future. So now, what I like about this, like you say, we got an uptrend of lower time frame. We got to just keep popping, right? So we're gonna build up, potential here of entry. I like the entry of 13 if we get it, but most likely I doubt it. That will be my aim. My aim will be at least before this wick and before this wick. So before $15. That is my potential because I want to ride those 2 wicks into an uptrend. I don't want to miss those wicks. So what I want is at least get it before $15, which is trading around what, 1466, meaning that if the market is open strong, I will want to kind of get in on this thing early tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to see if I can post this today so people can watch it and make plans for this. So long story short is plan $14, 1350 into 1460, which is trading now. That'll be my entry. Now my risk That would be depending on you. Contracts, I will depending on them. I'll break it down right now in a few. So once we break it down on the weekly and monthly, we're gonna figure out. We're gonna figure out the break even level and especially the level of call for expiration date. So long story short is risk. Please don't turn red. You have to turn red. Let me put this one here. Risk, at least I would want to at least risk this whole area. You know, so $11. It's huge, yes, because if you go back to weekly, let's go back to weekly here. You're gonna know what I'm kind of risking. I'm risking the previous wick or the previous test of this candle. So you know where it's trading at 466. What a wick can do is the next, which is weekly. This is weekly. The next weekly, the next weekly can come into a wick and come into 13, 12, 1250, 1280, but never really what crossed the previous, as it didn't do here, didn't do it here, didn't do it here, didn't do it here, 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 or and so on. Even here, didn't even do it here, 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 and it kind of it's what I'm saying is it's respecting the previous body wick, body of the candle. That should be a good solid risk where you don't want to catch a stop loss and you just get out before a major move. So overall, this potential is strong. Huge volatility. It has more potential to keep going. And because you can see K is not far off D. And look how much price action there is. There can be so much here. So now let's go back to daily. Like I said, entry before $14. I mean, before $15, sorry. $15. And PT, here comes with the tricky part. PT would be at least, let's go back. Yeah, okay, right here. My PT based on this action, $20 really. Like that's where this thing can really get us. It's $20. Because just one stretch, look at this 24. And the $20 is right here. You can even run these multiple tests here. All these multiple tests here, and even run this wick because it's not even, it's not a random one that just doing a random. It's coming strong uptrending. So this can do 20, and based on the monthly, it'll be good to do it a month and a half out and break and call out for $20. Don't Mikey. So this is one. So entry before 15, above 13. If you get a reset, now let's see where the reset is at. 15 minutes is sitting on heat. That's action of random pop, so it's consolidating because you can see that it's it's down, up, random pops, just randomly goes down. So let's see what 30 minutes is at. 30 minutes is going a little sideways. Entry is actually pretty perfect. I would want to risk at least 30 minutes to come back down and just do whatever he wants to do. Where 1 hour is at? 1 hour is building a zigzag. Let's see what 2 hours is at. 2 hours is barely setting up. So this action is pretty good for you to just dip and ride and risk the potential here. And 4 hours just starting on this action. Like I said, it's almost like a BNGO kind of movement. I don't know this BNGO. You just, boom, 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 high. Kind of see it's doing this little action. Same thing. Just to go boom into a higher mode. Like this is what I mean. You see this? You see how it pushes here? And it goes boom. This is what I'm saying. Based on this momentum on this candle's bull flagging. And this is one of my swing lists, by the way. My swing call. This for higher 1450. Meaning that you can still go with calls on this one for Friday and Monday this coming week. If you really want to make strong profit this coming week, because the market should be strong. So this is $15. This is still an upward move. Let's see if I can give one more before we go and before we say bye-bye. So any question, guys, if you want to have and give me a question, that'll be awesome of you guys. So I know I had this one. Because there was this one that I had okay. Look, this one, it's another one that I've been having and attacking kind of, by myself. But I haven't really been paying attention because I've been going long ways. But this is one that I'm gonna throw in today. I think it's this one was another one, but let's see if he has to put on.
Bro, you're late on that.
Oh, this one? No, oh, yeah, I am late, but I'm late
Hmm.
to alert, not to know that
No,
even
no, no, yeah, boy.
on. You see how this set up here? This is one that I like. This is how kind of it consolidates and it just goes boom, you know. And you see how this action, where it just goes boom. And based on these intentions, the main intention is 170. So it hasn't even run it yet. Even it hasn't even run this higher high yet. 140. He hasn't even run it yet. He faked it up a little bit. So that could just the next, higher high could be 140 into 170, 180, and run pretty strong. At least these 4 hours, at least based on his actions. So what I want to enter, I would love to enter the coming day. My entry will be 108, 130 because I don't want to miss the move. My risk, probably no risk, but overall, just in case of anything, I'll probably do 80. No, it's pretty off because if you go to weekly, you're going to tell which is I'm risking. You see what I was explaining, the one that I pressed the previous, because look, respects,
You going for the
and
gap at 690?
690, only God, 690. Nah, that's too big. Look at monthly though, you can. This is you see this higher high right here? 170. That's my PT. If he wants to go over there, let it go over there. But my main PT right here is 170, which is by the look of monthly now, I like it even more for 170. So now PT 170, action, which is 145 higher high into 170, risk 80. If it comes down and dips me, I know it's little under $1, I'll take it because I don't want to where it dips real quick right here, and I'm like, oh man, I'm panicking. It's gonna, no, it's just kind of, I'm gonna let it kind of correct. Where a strong 4 hours, you can see what a strong 4 hours can do. You can completely do 166 to 145. So what are the chances that you can do 99 like ACT did or ACTRM to run, 197 was CTRM then. So this one can really run 170 for sure. But I will want to kind of dip soon. And based on the zigzag that's up and down, that means that 15 minutes should be on heat. So let's go to 15 minutes. 15 minutes is on heat. I'm gonna wait on that to come back down to the 150, 120, catch it on pre-market or market open, and just ride for that 170 potential. Now, like I said, the risk will be weighty. PT 170, entry 108, 126, and that is all based on the weekly potential of more, which is 170, and monthly higher high of 170. That will be my main interest in this because if it's doing every month a higher high, the next month can be what? Even $2, $3, $4. But that will be the plan for this. And the rest that I have in mind will be for Sunday swings that are going to be posted in the next 30 minutes or so. But
Damn, you just made us do your work, so.
no, sir. Yeah, we're going to look back to this because we're going to come back and meet up and then we're going to see results. We should chat what we did and, what we called and so on and so on. And we're going to either see who here fails and who here did good,
Who fails?
Yo,
But,
question. This is about one of your swings. You're still in ACST, right?
yes, sir.
Can
Let
you
me go
tell
to-
me why you think it's gonna go for the 213s? I mean the 2 plus.
Well, yeah, the
I'm
2
just
plus,
curious
yes.
because I was
Sure.
I was going through it, right? I'm like, yo, the most I'm seeing is like 150s on the next spike, possibly 170s like after hours or pre-market, boy. I was like, yo, why is this guy saying 2, boy? After sundial, I can't really I can't question you anymore.
You see
After
where it ran?
CTRM, I can't.
Okay, this is 134. Okay, we're already getting our reset already. And you can tell that before we get reset, these things here, look at this huge price action that is due. And this thing can say, okay, the reset can mean, yes, that it can come down just a little bit more into the 95 and consolidate and it
Actually,
goes boom.
they're not allowed to go under $1. They're not allowed to go under $1
They
because
still
they
can
have 7 more days of compliance.
a few more days, but they can still go under $1. For example, Zoom. me show you something. This is what happened to zone when it ran what? That 140. This is what many have done recently. And look what it made do. One, two, three, took a few days to consolidate this area. And look what he did. $3. And I missed this, which is, it's okay. It happens. But I'm not trying to miss this one. So overall, let's see why this one is wants to do what it wants to do. And yeah. So consolidation means that he can
How
consolidate
many
this.
daily
Go ahead. How many what?
How many daily resets does Zoom do before it did that 3? How many daily resets does Zoom do before it did that 3?
Let's see what Zoom did even before it did anything. Okay. So 4 hours it did 1, 2, 3, 4 hours reset. God, that should probably be one daily reset. Not even a daily reset, but it was setting up to become a full daily reset with a higher low.
Yeah, okay. It was once reset.
So it was one daily reset now, but look at this is what it makes it strong. You see how this one overall, okay, whatever, right? But remember how we base levels here of intentions of what? Higher highs. If we go to monthly,
Yeah.
look at monthly. What's the intention here? There is no higher high other than $2 and $3. And what it did exactly, he ran the higher high of who? $3. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So running the $3, the intention
Okay.
here for Zom was $3. And even then, momentum still looking to run what?
It wants to do more.
He wants to do a lot
We're
more.
definitely looking to do more.
Right. So now let's go to ACST. Well, this is the 4 hours. But what the intentions that I want here for ACST is a higher high. So let's go to monthly.
Yeah, let me know why you want 2. Let me see why you're looking for 2s.
You see where monthly is at right now? Let me zoom out. Where is that
I
right
see
now?
it now. I see you're aiming for that big red candle.
There's barely
Yeah.
even room. Like if this thing if this thing wants to run 2, it can do $2-3 all the way here. You get what I'm saying? Now, let me get out and show you something. This is building Burley, right? Look at these huge movements of 3 over 4, 330, 353, 3, so on, 3, and so on and so on. Over 2, always. 3, 250, sometimes. But over 2, even
Always.
this one that's failed right here. You get what I'm saying? He almost did 2, which 184. But we're sitting at 130. But this one, I'm sure that it did this because, you can see that it opened up so high. But when you have that nice buildup, which is happening where? It's happening, let me zoom in. It's just, you see how this is happening now? This huge buildup. Those huge buildups, they lead to those. Now the momentum that is, it's showing that it has the potential here. He already crossed one higher high of what? Of 92. So the next higher high will be 130. And what are the chances of this thing doing, like you said, 2 coming into 2 area? You see how this is a 2 area here? This is all 2. And this is why we kind of want 2. You see these whole areas of 2? And then now the potential here is high, remember? Which is 3. You got multiple tests here of 289, 290, 289, 3, 290, 89. And if this thing is just barely starting to, uptrend, we could eventually get 2 for sure, which is 2 is just here. Too many higher highs, potential here over 2. And the next one after 2, basing, let's say momentum is still midway. Guess what is the next potential there for the next higher high? Yep, it's 3. So it hits,
3.
It's where it's at when it's at 2 that we're going to base that it can go to 3. If you get what I'm saying. So right now, based on this momentum, we're basing it prediction that it can run 2. So one is at 2. We're gonna be okay. Like momentum, it's at 2. It didn't took too much. It's still showing that it has room for 3. And that's how you can kind of base and predict. It's why you will never see me say, I want 3. We really don't. We're not gonna get 3 or I want 6 because you never know how much momentum is going to take when he runs these levels. Because at the end of the day, momentum is here and it's still showing room. then you can start basing even higher levels. You can start chipping it in, like your levels of momentum, depending where it's at when it's trading at that level. So, like let's say 2 days, he runs so bullish and he runs all the way to 190 and you see momentum all the way over here, then you're going to be like, okay, I think I'm going to take profit. Like you don't want to risk to where you can just go back
Yeah,
down.
because it's moving too quickly. Yeah, it's
Right.
just getting squeezed out.
Yeah. So right now, this is what I love. I love this buyers. This is just uptrending slowly. So overall, we have a price action of higher high. Remember 2. Even this one, this is a higher high. You got 1, 2, and then you have 3. So running the potential of this, what are the chances that momentum can run 180 into 2? So that's what we're looking for is 182. And
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. I was looking for around like 175s to 180s. I was like, 2 might be a little bit too much, but now I see. I mean, it has a gap fill from there, but
you see,
I
even
just seem like
CTRM, it eventually start building up. You see the intentions here, CTRM. The intentions here are 1 of 90. Then you have this one of 109. And you see what it did? He just completely wants to go to over 2. And this is why, because look where momentum is at in the price action. Fetzo's barely there with the K on D showing potential for more. And there's really nothing stopping this thing other than 270 and $4. So this thing has such a huge range to continue.
You think we'll see 2 this week on that?
Huh?
so. Yeah, I know
we
he's
could
heavy
see
in there,
2.
so
We
I
could see
answer that
2.
question.
Yeah, we could see 2 in the next week coming up. But other than that, guys, I had a good time. Thank you guys for doing this with me. And as you can see, I wasn't probably expecting the way we're gonna break it down, but that's it helps the teams to kind of how we can break down PT's entries and potentials, and especially help them to base that out.
Yeah.
Be a little issue, but we didn't really explain much about Fetzo because you already know we got a few videos in the back that they can explain that, and that's not something that we can kind of want to get deep in there. But if you guys want to share any kind of topic of knowledge, you're welcome to do so, I guess, so we can discuss now. But how much we
Love
went for?
We should do this more often.
For sure. Mikey just ran off, I think, right? Yeah, he probably ran off. Okay, guys. Well, you have a good day. I'm gonna let you go now, and I guess I'll try to see if I can upload this video in the next probably few hours, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow should be a good day, by the way.
Right.
Let me see how crypto.
Yeah, I mean, futures
like
are up
it.
right now, so.
Oh, crypto. We keep pushing.
I mean, crypto should be running as long as stimulus checks are on the table. So I wouldn't really. I mean, I would expect that 50K to break soon, to be honest. Because second, they're like, yo, that money's being printed again.
Oh no, crypto's running, brother. I think tonight we'll see
It's all right for now.
49K. And if he runs 49, because look, when the market closed, and all the tickers that closed, NXST, even when they totally closed, which was 7 p.m., BTC was still in the 47.2, 47.3. So what I'm saying is the whole weekend, if it's sitting on the 49, it should make Mata, Riot, and the other ones run or open up high because it made an all-times high on BTC. Right now, it's still sitting on the all-times high. So we weren't at the all-times high before they fully closed. So now they're being on all-times high. I'm saying if you took those Mata, Riot, or NXT chart, you really got to get up in the morning because that thing is gonna probably open up high. And if they want to keep running, then that'll be up to you. But I don't trust NXTD to keep running. That thing loves to freaking flush and just randomly pop.
I'm not in any crypto sympathizers, so I'm chilling.
Yeah,
Neither is Creep.
They make good money, man. Mata,
I'm not any either.
Buddy making dollar moves.
Dude, they never hold contracts. It's okay. This 3-day weekend was gonna trash contracts. It was gonna like completely annihilate them.
Oh, cool. All right, man, guys. Well, I guess I'll leave you guys.
Like unless tomorrow does like a $12 move.
$12.
Yeah. See you later.
All right, guys. We'll see you later. You have a good day, and I guess
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Yeah,
too,
thank you.
Appreciate it for everything.
Bye, man.
Peace.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Bye.